Nigerians, let us observe 1 minute silence for the late National Assembly, the late Senate and House of Reps, which we lost as a parliament years ago. 1 minute silence. May the soul of the late National Assembly continue to rest in peace until Nigerians revive it. Because in the history of parliaments in Nigeria, the 10th National Assembly will go down as the most useless, unproductive and redundant assembly in the history of parliament. I beg, in the midst of all of this catastrophe and rogodion where they go on for Nigeria, where is Senate President Akpabio? Where is Mr. Godswill Obodo Akpabio? Where is Speaker Tajuddin Abbas and the entire National Assembly? I dey watch video of US Congress holding hearing on the insecurity in Nigeria. That is another foreign nation sit down for more than 3 hours grilling their officials on insecurity in another country. Meanwhile, the politicians and parliament in that country, their job na to wear babariga bada, they waka around the country like internally displaced politicians. And you wonder why a president or a foreign leader will call the nation a disgraced nation. What exactly is the job and the use of parliament in Nigeria? It is to approve loans for the executive. It is a money point National Assembly. Loans upon loans without verification and without impact on the life of people. The only place they will never approve money for presidency to borrow na fair money and money points. Borrow from Kuda, clear Pampi. Borrow from Ope, clear money points. Ori buruku leshe. Ori buruku leshe. When una say una self tomorrow, you begin to call yourself distinguished, extinguished, and then honorable, dishonorable. What is distinguished about a group of people who cannot speak up in defense of their own constituents at a time of national tragedy when people are being slaughtered every day? Every place where killings they happen, so they have lawmakers. Yet everybody is trying to be careful because everybody is struggling to be sycophants in chief. Nobody wants to offend the powers that be. Even parliamentary leaders are trying to be careful because it is the who is who in the hypocrisy World Cup. Your own is to put prayer points in account number of parliamentarians. It is to convert National Assembly to APC town hall. You cannot call an extraordinary session on insecurity, but if president come to submit budget, you can afford to convert everybody to sing on their mandate, they shall collapse. You people should be ashamed of yourself. Nigeria is spending taxpayer money to run the life of politicians who have decided to be a waste of taxpayer money. National Assembly budget is more than 350 billion. What is the return in investment of that kind of money on the lives of these so-called parliamentarians? So with all that is going on, in Norwich, let Senate President recall parliamentarians and say, let us have a bipartisan or bi-parliamentary committee to review what exactly is going on. What can be done? Is it a time to push for state policing bills? What can be done to strengthen insecurity? With all the stories, Kebbi State Governor said they gave intelligence to military. Few minutes before the attack, people removed security, people came in and kidnapped children. It is not enough for you people to sit up. They said that bandits, they give instruction, say police should not wear police uniform to so-called peace deal meetings, a bit terrorist stakeholder summit. Meanwhile, the bandits are wearing uniforms of slain officers that they killed. And it is not enough for you people to sit down and review what exactly the hell is going on with this so-called peace deal. It is a shame of a nation. It is a tragedy that parliament that should be the beacon of democracy can decide to be silent at a time when the country needs you most. Everything when they think must be connected to your political future, how you want to return. You do not see the country as citizens who deserve good governance, but as customers and as electoral votes who are only needed during elections because you don't prepare your unfortunate rights when una go carry come. For Nigeria, everything the solution arise. They kill people, give them rights. They kidnap, give them rights, and now that rights go later choke on. 10th National Assembly, what exactly is your use and value in the lives of Nigerians? How can you decide to be so mundane and expired? Decide to add no value to the lives of citizens even at the peak of crisis. It is a shame. It is disappointing. Nigerians, tag and know all your lawmakers because you need to mark every politician who decides to be quiet in the face of tragedy. Make you know say you should not reward people like that with greater power on another electoral season. People who cannot stand for the people or for public good do not have any business with public office because the real enemy is not just the person who attack you, it's the one who had powers to protect you but decided to be silent or decided to turn the other way because of personal greed and hypocrisy. It is a shame and a tragedy of a nation. Tag all your lawmakers and ask them, what are you doing at this time? Why are you quiet? What are you afraid of? Is the National Assembly a secret cult or is it a witchcraft coven? If now activists wait up, DSS go nowhere to go pick them. Terrorists are carrying children. parliament that is supposed to be the hope of democracy is busy moving around, singing and dancing on their mandate, they shall collapse for defection party. Look at the country where terrorists are sharing sovereignty with commander-in-chief, and we have a parliament. We are supposed to be a sovereign nation. Oriburuku sovereignty. Oriburuku sovereignty, Lashe. May God give Nigerians the grace to rescue themselves. My name is Peter for Nigeria. Tag your lawmakers and ask them what the hell is going on in Nigeria.
Mr. Peter Randy. He said 1 minute silence for the late National Assembly of Nigeria. You've heard from him. You've heard from him, and everything he said is true and nothing but the truth. This guy don't leave comedy because of Nigeria problem. Kai, you know why they get peace now they do comedy. He left comedy because Nigeria is not even working. If Nigeria is working with the kind of intelligence this guy is supposed to be in the Senate, not a comedian. Yes, now. Judge if what he is doing now is a worthy cause or not. What is your point with this your comment? If you don't even see what is coming soon, you see did I hear you say on their Monday they shall collapse? Yes, now that is just the only thing they understand. They will not be going and be gathering themselves wearing agbada without nothing in the brain. You see how this guy is just fooling himself. What's his name? Nedo Ngoko. He's called judging his wife, judging up and down, talking like a witch. That one have been a wizard. That one a woman be. Don't think they their head at all. Gathering themselves, saying some people defected or they did not defect. They fly their sons abroad and now want to force me to join army. I do wait for now. My own be say he talk all this talk without looking at paper. God bless you, my brother. Now today, laugh and talk anyhow that Calabar man sabi. This is the height of irresponsibility. Most useless National Assembly. Peter, may God shield you. Be safe, because may God continue to keep and preserve you. You know, because of the way a lot of people have been intimidated in this country, they don't want to say anything. When you see some celebrities, not be say they know they feel but they don't just want to be dragged. They don't want to be dragged. When somebody was talking about Tiwa Savage, when Ruth Benabati wanted to lure that lady or to rob that guy, that why didn't she talk, or maybe they should have allowed her to talk. To talk what? Do you think if she has said anything, she will be at peace today? She won't be at peace today. That is it. So that's why when people like Peter Randy, when somebody like him speaks, people are always afraid. Hey, be careful, so that this no go boomerang or work against you. Their work now to approve loan. Yeah, that's just the only thing. They are busy preparing for 2027. They forget that man proposes, God disposes. Now I gave up in Nigeria since they sentenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for no good reasons and empower northern states bandits. Nigeria is not sin. Which one is on National Assembly? Thank you, brother. You are really the speaker of the Yoruba. You have spoken well, my brother. My prayer is that America soldiers will not miss their targets. Abio.